Well, 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 look what we have here. A Limbus company, 1 minute ago, we have Queen of Hatred Dawn ID, Knight of Despair ID, and, yeah, here we go. We have the Ego, the Queen of Hatred, and the IDs. Okay. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is gonna be a big one. Have a look at this. 2 full pages. And then I thought, oh, this can't be that bad. Oh my goodness gracious, it's almost a 3-pager. And then the Ego. Oh, alright. I'm going to waste no time getting into this. We are starting with the number 1. Queen of Hatred Dawn ID. We're going to look into that first. Next is going to be Rodion, and then obviously the Ego will be last, okay? Because this is what everyone wants. This is an Envy. A Wrath Envy. It is a Rupture Sinking ID. Congratulations to the predictors, including myself. So let's get right into this. We have a Blunt 2-coiner. We have Consume Love and Hate count on self to gain coin power. Excuse me, Love and Hate. So it looks like Love and Hate is a unique status effect, much like the Living and the Dead. Or whatever it's called for Solemn Lament. On use coin power for every Love and Hate. On use coin power, gain Love and Hate count. On hit, Love and Hate count. On hit, inflict Rupture. Very simple. Okay? But don't worry. I assure you it's going to get a lot more complicated. Number 2, we have a 2-coiner. Wait, by Manage Esquire's orders, I am here. I love that one. We have a 2-coiner. We have deal more damage for every Love and Hate on self. On use, consume Love and Hate to gain count. No, consume Love and Hate count on self to gain coin power. And we also have gain Love and Hate count. We gain Love and Hate count, and we inflict Rupture Potency and Mark of Villainy against the main target next turn. Okay. Then we have the big one. Arcana Bitsu! A 3-coin Unbreakable. Okay, we deal more damage for every magical arcana on self. We have X, on use, X Love and Hate, deal Love and Hate % more damage. We have at X Love and Hate, gain base power. Coin power for every Love and Hate count consumed, gain Love and Hate, and gain magical arcana after the attack. The first coin actually does nothing. The second coin inflicts Rupture. The third coin inflicts Rupture without cracking. Okay, very interesting so far. So, we have a very simple, pure potency build, but let's actually see, because we have to talk about the secondary effects, which is, where are the villains? So this is the, I guess we'll call the sad form, or the hysteria version. So this is the alternate S1. It is a 2-coiner. Deal more damage for every hysteria on self. Consume Love and Count to gain base power. Is this a negative ID? Gain base power for every Love Hate on self, gain count, lose SP on use, gain Love and Count Hate, inflict sinking. Okay, this might be a negative coin form, which is reverse Phillip, pretty much, which sounds really freaking awesome. And then we have get out of my head. Gain base power for every Hysteria. At X Hysteria, gain attack weight. Deal less damage against the sub-targets. Consume X Love and Hate count to gain base power. Gain Love and Hate count to lose SP. Gain Love and Hate count. Inflict Sinking. Inflict Mark of Villainy against the main target next turn. Okay. So far here we're looking at big DPS and also the fat AoE. But also, we have, I'm going to have to zoom in on this one, the reversed beats. So we have a 3-coin Unbreakable. This skill does less damage against sub-targets. Consume all Hysteria and gain Clash Power for every stack consumed. Gain Clash Power for every Love and Hate consumed. Count. Deal more damage for every Love and Hate on self. Before attack, consume all Magical Arcana on self. Gain attack weight for every stack consumed. If this skill consumed Hysteria, gain attack weight. Before attack, if this skill only has a single target for focus encounters apart, deal X times attack weight minus Y% less damage. So it looks like it deals more damage for every, if it's like on a solo target, probably to make up for it. Lose base power for every cracked coin, and then if this unit isn't at a certain SP and is at less than SSP, heal SP. Heal more SP the lower this unit is from. So it's like Lament, Mourn, and Despair, and then you have on use, lose SP. The first coin does not do anything. The second and third coin do sinking. Okay. Wow. We have very simple kit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Actually, incredibly simple, because Rodion's is gonna be a fucking bitch, if you get what I'm saying. But that doesn't matter, because we still have the secondary page, and it's honestly, yeah, we will right back into it. So we actually have her block here. We actually did not have her block here. This is almost a 3-pager. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like they were this close. I'm telling you, 2 inches from making it a 3-pager. But here we go. We have Clutchable Guard. We have gain base power for every Hysteria, gain love and count, and the Unbreakable Coin does not do anything, so it does not inflict anything. We have the passive. In the name of love and hate. Alert. Ego Gear Sync threshold exceeded. Interesting. Gain love and hate every time this unit consumes a cumulative amount of love and hate count in the encounter. Encounter start. If this unit does not have Hysteria, gain Hysteria. Encounter start. If this unit does not have love and hate, gain love and hate. Okay. Turn start. At 0 or higher SP, gain Here Comes the Magical Girl and lose Regressive Transformation Reversed. Here we go. At less than 0, gain Regressive Reversed and lose Here Comes the Magical Girl. I absolutely knew it. This is a reverse Phillip, and I've been calling this way before I even assumed that there would be a Magical Girl ID. So, TLDR, if you have above 0 SP, you gain the positive effects, which is Rupture. If you're at below 0 SP, you gain the negative Magical Girl effects, which is Sinking. This unit's SP cannot drop below X due to the SP loss effects from this unit's base attack skills. So what this is saying is, let's say it's at, this unit cannot drop below 35. All right, and what that is saying is, if you lose SP on yourself by using a move, you cannot drop below 35 in that example. This is pretty much Phillip. This is actually, wait, this is we haven't had a... Yeah, no, this is pretty much N-Corp Sinclair if he could cap himself, which is very useful when you're playing a negative ID. We have the other passive, another passive, which is a main passive. Deal more damage for every love and hate, and combat start gain Magical Arcana. So it looks like she starts off with Magical Arcana. Very simple. I gotta admit, guys, the kid is very simple so far. But the simple is not a bad thing, okay? Don't let the 2 million types of words confuse you, because we still have Rodion to go through. And this type of character with all of these passives and numbers will definitely be more related to her numbers and when we actually get values for her abilities. So we have the support passive, which is if among the allies they gain charge count. I'm sorry. If among the allies they gain charge count with their base attack skills, ally with the least charge count uses a basic attack skill that gains charge count, they gain charge count. Huh? Charge? Don't tell me Rodion's a charge unit. No way. No way Rodion's a charge unit. Hold on. At 0 SP, heal charge HP. If at less than 0, heal X charge SP. Okay, if among the allies I gain charge count with their base attack, one ally with the least charge count used to get basics. Okay, if you use charge and you have the least amount of charge, you gain effects depending on... That's actually really useful for a charge team. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's actually incredibly useful, because you either heal when you're above SP, or you lose SP. Oh no, you gain SP, which is amazing. Here we go. We're gonna zoom in for this one, because also, by the way, she is like a triple envy. Also, look how adorable she is. She's so cute. This is a triple envy team, by the way. So I guess welcome to the middle. I guess you know what I'm saying. Here we go. Here comes the Magical Girl. For this turn, this unit uses plus coin attack skills. Base attack skills deal more damage for every love and hate. Then we have Magical Arcana. Base max stack 3. Base attack skills gain more damage. At X stacks with Y or higher SP, change SP to Y. At X stacks and with X or higher SP, change SP to Y. I assume this maybe makes it so that your SP, you lose SP if you have too much SP. I assume that's what it's saying. Mark of Villainy, take more damage from Don Quixote. Applies only to the first target to receive the effect in each turn. Okay. Regressive Transformation. For this turn, this unit uses minus coin attack skills. Now, I've said this before, guys, but I believe it's way more easier for ProjectMoon to actually balance minus coin IDs if the ID has both a mix of positive and minus coins. I feel like for them, making a strict negative ID, pure negative, pretty much results in pretty hard, I will say. Because you have either N-Corp Sinclair, all right, or you have Sunshao Heathcliff. But you have a beautiful middle, for example, Wild Hunt, and I believe Lantern is actually a really good middle, even though for a 2-star. So I do think that for this, it's probably going to be really easy to use both the forms. but we're not done yet. So, Hysteria. Base stack 0, max 3. At turn end, at XSP or higher, lose a stack, and then at less XP, gain the stack. Okay, so Hysteria is her negative form. She wants Hysteria when she is in the negative state, or the regressive, reverse transformation. I guess we'll call it the reverse transformation. Then you also have Love and Hate, which is a unique charge. Huh? Huh? Max 20 unique charge. Resources used by certain skills for additional effects. A count can go up to 20. Count lowers by 1 at the end of each turn. Interacts the same way as normal charge does to effects that raise or reduce charge of potency account. What? She's a unique... What is this Red Eyes Penitence? She is a unique charge ID? Oh, that's really funny. So I'm curious if what this means at the bottom here is that this interacts the same way. See, because to effects that raise or reduce charge potency. So that means it works like Red Eyes and Penitence, which means you can do support passives and egos to affect the charge count of Love and Hate. I assume so, at least. But in the Red Eyes Ryoshu passive, it specifically states, there's a passive specifically that says convert charge gained into the unique charge. Here it doesn't say that. So we'll have to actually see how that works. And that's the Don Quixote ID. Dude, I'm not sure how people are going to react to this, because they're probably not going to see, they're going to see like, there's no rupture count, there's no sinking count. It is a pure DPS brick wall. She has, as far as I can tell, no support buffing you that utility. That's probably going to be on the ego. She is just straight like boxing, which I mean, hey, I don't personally mind. I'm a big fan of this. It looks cool. I'm gonna see. It's gonna be interesting to see what the people are gonna say. But you know what, guys? I always say this: form your own opinions. For me, I think this is cool. I don't think everything has to be the next Wild Hunt. Although Wild Hunt is cool, I do, and I use him not in a negative context. I use him because I love Wild Hunt, but he has a relatively complex kit. If you want to, I guess, use that as an example, right? But I'm a big fan of this. We will see how it goes when we compare it to the Ego, because I bet you the Ego is going to have a unique interaction, and that might buff this as well. The next I'm really scared for, which is Rodion. I am absolutely terrified of what this could be. So let's get right into it. First, we have a Gloom, Envy, Pride, Gloom. So we have double Gloom, we have Envy and Pride. The sword sharpened with tears. Rodion! Sinking. Alright, immediately everyone pretty much assumed that sinking was going to be the way to go. So we have the Night Sanctuary. We have a skill 1, which is if also she's mono pierce. I forgot to mention that. Is she mono blunt? She's actually mono blunt, and Rodion's mono pierce, obviously. God, she's so hot. Anyway, my bad. Okay. If target has X sinking, gain coin power. At protecting sword, gain clash. Inflict sinking, gain deep tiers. Gain extra deep tiers for every protective sword. Okay. 3 coins, skill 2. If target has X sinking coin power, gain clash power for every sword. On use at X deep tier, consume deep tiers to deal more damage. Inflict sinking, gain deep tiers, and then gain more deep tiers equal to protective sword. Okay, very simple so far. Then we have Arcana Pierce. If target has X sinking, gain coin power. Clash power for every protecting sword. On use at X deep tiers, consume up to Y tiers. Deal percentage more damage per stack consumed, and gain base power for every X consumed. After attack, if the target is defeated, regain half of the tiers consumed by the skill. Second hit inflicts sinking count, and then third, if this unit has tier sharpened or has consumed it with this coin, deal more damage. Inflict sinking equal to the protecting sword. Okay. Very simple kit. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Barbara Otis. I'm not going to lie to you. Except minus the attack weight. Except she might get attack weight on the skill 3. We'll wrap around to that. Kind of reminds me of the deep tier. I'm thinking this deep tier effect is kind of similar to the Blood Fiend, unique Blood Fiends stack that they build up on themselves and then consume to gain extra benefits. So we're going to also see what this protecting sword is. We also have the defense, which is the Knight's Faith. Clashable Guard. Gain coin power for every protecting sword. Gain shield equal to SP divided by X percentage of this unit's max HP. Gain deep tears. At less than 3 tears sharpened, lose SP and gain tear sharpened. If this unit has tear sharpened, lose stack X more SP, and the coin affected does not do anything. Okay, so it looks to me that... Oh, didn't mean to do that. So it looks to me that this is very much her tank form right here, and also builds up her tear sharpened, but punishes you, or... Yeah, doesn't necessarily... Yeah, necessarily slightly punishes you for if you already have your stacks, so you want to consume your stacks. That's pretty much what it's hearing here. Now let's have a look at the Awakening form. So we have On Use Faded Faith. So this is gain final power for every X sinking on target, lose SP, inflict sinking, gain deep tears, and also additional deep tears on combat start. I should have meant... Oh, this is combat start, actually. So this is combat start, this is on hit. So very interesting. I'm curious how we enter this form. Is this a negative form as well? I wonder if this is also a negative form, but I guess we'll keep reading and obviously figure that out. The second coin, we gain final power for every X sinking on target, lose SP at X deep tears, consume deep tears to deal more damage. Inflict sinking, and count. Gain deep tears, and then combat style, gain more deep tears for every piercing sword. Then we have the Ascended Skill 3. Now, I believe she has 3 Ascended Skill 3s, but this is Arcana, Tear, and Pierce. Gain final power again for every sinking on target, lose SP. At X deep tears, consume up to Y to deal more damage, and also base power. And then if the target is defeated, regain half the tears. Inflict count on the second coin, sorry. And then on the third coin, inflict sinking, and if this coin consumed tear sharpened, reuse this coin once. Okay, so there you go. So this is a reuse on that coin. Then we have her... let me zoom in on use for you guys. We have her Ascended, or I guess Defense 2, I should say. Weathered Pride, a clutchable counter 2-coiner. Gain final power for every piercing sword. Gain deep tears. And then if at less than X sharpened tears, consume more, tears stuff. And then also it inflicts sinking on 2 hits. So very basic. But this is where the kit, I'm sure, completely changes. Because I can see that she has like 5 different buffs. I mean, compared to obviously Don Quixote, she also has 5 buffs, but 2 of these buffs, or 3 of these buffs, were also her form altering. So I'm very curious how this is going to work. Let's have a read of the passive. She also has Ego Sync Alert Thresh Exceed. At turn start, at 0 or higher SP, gain Blessing. Use plus coins as the base skills. At less than 0 SP, gain Despair. Use minus coins as the base skills. When gaining charge count, gain deep tears instead. Deep tears is unaffected by charge potency. I can't believe it. They are both positive and negative IDs. Not only that, but this Rodion actually gains the unique effect from charge. So they're both charge IDs! They're both charge IDs! Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well, Rodion looks to be more of a charge ID than Don Quixote in this instance because she actually gains her Deep Tears effect, but let's keep reading. This unit's SP does not drop below 40 from the following effects. Loss during SP losses on its base skills, SP loss from passives, support passives, SP loss from the Tear Sharpened, SP loss from ally death. In this unit's basic factors, decreasing sanity. In an encounter when this unit takes damage that brings its SP to 45, maintain this unit's SP at minus 44 for the turn, once per encounter. This applies only to SP damage. It does not apply to SP changes or consuming abilities like Egos. So if you take something and you have sinking on you, she essentially prevents a single corrosion once per encounter. That is the first of any of its kind, alongside secondary having the same effect that Don Quixote does, where her SP will not regress to a certain effect. Except here we actually know how the number, so it must be the same on Don Quixote then. Now we have her third passive. She's got 3 passives, man! If this unit has Piercing Sword before hitting an enemy with a base attack skill, consume Piercing Sword to inflict sinking. If this unit has X Piercing Sword before this turn's final base attack skill, consume all of it instead to inflict it as sinking. If this unit has 3 Tears Sharpened before hitting an enemy with the final coin of a base attack skill, consume all of it to inflict sinking and count, and deal more damage with that coin. If this effect activated, reset SP to 0. If this unit has less than 0 at turn end, when in panic or corrosion, recover then heal SP. Okay, I'm starting to get into you are bordering the line on corroding with Rodion. Holy crap. Is that 4 passives? 1, 2. She has 4 passives. There's another passive. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Magical Girl of Justice and the Knight of Despair. When in Blessing state, take SP divided by X less HP damage from attacks. At combat start, she gains Protective Sword and Protection. At combat start, at 5 Protecting Sword, gain more protection and Clash power up. When in the Despair state, she deals minus SP percentage more damage with her skills. At combat start, she gains Piercing Sword and damage up. And then at 5 Piercing Sword, she gains more damage up and power up. Okay, very simple. Blessing state, tank. Despair state, damage. That is what I'm counting here. And then we have a support passive. Combat start applies to the ally with the earliest deployment order. At X or less SP, minus skill coins gain final power. At Y or less SP, minus skill coins gain final power and deal more damage. Holy crap. We have another minus coin buffer, support passive buffer. Dude, Sun Shower, Heathcliff, Enclair, Lantern, Wild Hunt. Dude, all the negative coin users right now are eating good. Also, that might actually affect egos as well, so that's going to be very interesting if that actually affects egos. Then we have 100,000 buffs that she applies, so let's have a read over here. This is Blessing. Turn start, gain Protecting Sword for every XXP. Okay, that makes sense. When Clash ends, inflict Sinking. When hit, inflict Sinking on the attacker. For every SSP, inflict Y more Sinking with the above effects. Replace this unit's base skills with plus coin skills. The Protecting Sword. Gain defense level for every stack. Turn start, gain stack times X aggro to the leftmost skill on the dashboard. Max stack 5. Okay, so she gains a massive amount of aggro. Here is her Despair state. Turn start, gain Piercing Sword for every X SP. When Clash ends, inflict count. On hit with the first coin of a base attack skill, inflict count. For every XXP, inflict more Sinking count with the above effects. Replace this unit's base attack skills with minus attack skills. Okay. Oh, we are Giga God Gaming. That's what we call it. We call that a triple G effect right there. Piercing Sword, turn 1, gain offense level for every stack. At turn start, she gains stack X aggro to this unit's skill on the dashboard. Reduce aggro by the following range. 0 less than X less than 1. Oh, this makes her lose aggro? Actually reduces her aggro. Interesting. I might be reading that wrong. It says reduces aggro by the following range. I assume this means actually removes her aggro. Or I might be reading that wrong. Tear Sharpened. Turn start, gain Deep Tears. At 3 stacks, gain additional Deep Tears. Turn end, lose SP to the stack times XSP. Base attack skills deal more damage. If this unit has Blessing, gain Clash power up. And if the unit has Despair, gain Pierce damage up max 3. And then Deep Tears, unique charge potency, fixed. Resource used by skills for an additional sex, max 20. Okay. Oh, flippin' K. This is a lot to talk about. There is so much here to talk about so far. So far, Rodion is looking much more complicated. Looking much more complicated than Queen of Hatred is, actually, in this instance. She looks like she has a lot more things to manage about her, which isn't always a good thing, but I do like that she seems to be quite complicated. Queen of Hatred Dawn seems like a much more simplified version, where you really don't have to worry about what you're doing in different versions of the state. You just want to be in one of the states, and then you want to be in the other state, and you're good. But for Rodion, it definitely seems like you want to be micromanaging your and shifting back and forth really well. That's what it kind of feels like with here. She also provides a lot of count on her negative forms and stuff, so I'm sure that the count criers are going to be perfectly fine with this one. Or we'll see, I guess. I don't know. It depends, I guess, how much of a worth it is. But no, this looks sick. Like, this looks awesome. Like, these two definitely, like, I was not expecting Rodion to be glazed as hard as she is. I really thought Queen of Hatred Dawn is, and I still think Queen of Hatred Dawn is definitely glazed. Especially because we're going to have a look at the ego, and we're going to see how well the ego goes. So here we go. We have In the Name of Love and Hate. It is a WoW. So this will replace Yearning Mokala. Have a read, shall we? This is an Envy Blunt. Alright. 2 coin. Unbreakable. Before attack, apply Magical Girl chant to X plus the Envy Resin random other allies. If this unit has Here Comes Magical Girl, apply Magical Girl to random other allies instead. Alright, already this is affecting her ability to be paired with the ID. If you have the ID, you gain more stuff. Before attack, gain charge X attack weight. If this unit has Here Comes Magical Girl, gain charge attack weight instead. Consume all charge count on self to heal an X amount of NV res divided by Y, allies with the least HP by charge count. Consumed HP. She is okay, this is the support ego. So it does work with charge. On hit, gain charge. Second hit. Wait, if this unit is Lobotomy Ego in the name of Love and Darkness, gain Magical or Arcana. Right, I didn't read that, but sorry. Gain charge count on the first hit. Second hit, inflict Mark of the Villainy, which makes Don Quixote do more damage flat out, including Egos, by the way. And then inflict charge X rupture. If this unit has Magical Girl, inflict rupture count instead. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that will inflict charge minus X rupture count. Then we have the Arcana Slave Erasure of Hatred. This is massive. Okay. We have indiscriminate targets randomly, gain attack weight charge. If this unit has regressive transformation, gain attack weight by charge plus X instead. Before attack, consume all count on self and deal more damage for every count consumed. If target has Mark of Villainy, deal more damage for every charge. If you have Hysteria, deal more damage for every charge instead. Okay? Or deal even more damage for charge, my bad. Before attack, deal more damage for every resin. Before attack, lose base attack power for every cracked coin. Okay, you don't want to lose cracked coins. After attack, if this unit is in the if this unit is Lobotomy Corp Ego in the name of Love and Hate, gain Hysteria. So this forces her into the negative mode, pretty much. Then she does gain charge count on the first hit. Second hit inflicts Mark of Villainy against the main target. And then she inflicts charge sinking. And then if she's in the reverse, she actually inflicts sinking count instead. There you go. So we have a rupture count, sinking count. This is awesome. This combos perfectly with the Queen of Hatred, obviously. It's, they are a dual ego. Let's have a read of the passive. Gain charge every time this unit consumes X cumulative charge count. If this unit gains charge by consuming count on self, this effect does not stack. This unit's base attack skills that consume charge do more damage. If this unit is in the name of Love and Hate, gain an additional skill 3 use. Okay, so now I'm slightly confused. Does the ID work with charge or no? That's the part I'm confused about now. Because if the ID works with charge, then then everything's just all goated as hell, right? But she doesn't have the. Sorry, I don't like splitting this here, but she does not have the same passive as Rodion, as you see here, where it specifically states that when she gains charge count, gain deep count instead. So does she have charge count separately to Love and Hate? It says unique charge. Resources used by skills for additional effects. Its count go up to 20 and levels at 1. Interacts the same way as normal charges does to effects that raise or reduce the charge potency. I'm gonna assume that it works with charge. Because otherwise, you would be building charge and then you're building Love and Hate, which I guess would be counterintuitive because it already has potency. I don't know. This is goated because this is a certain. By the way, she has now given. Welcome Don Quixote to the charge potency gang, pretty much. She has given herself charge potency. And also, that extra skill 3 use is going to go crazy. Then we also have Magical Girl Chant, which is when this unit gains this effect, gain attack power and damage up. This unit's attack skills that gain or consume charge count, gain final power, and deal more damage. Here comes the Magical Girl, which is for this turn, obviously, plus coins, base attack skills, deal more damage, and then Magical Arcana, which is base attack, deal more damage, and then also change your SP. Mark of Villainy, which we know takes more damage from Don Quixote, applies to the first target hit. The reverse form, which is how she activates her minus coins, and then Hysteria, which makes her lose a stack or gain a stack depending on her SP. Wow. Yeah. Wow. There's a lot to say about these IDs. There's a lot to say. There's a lot to discuss. I am super excited for what this actually brings. Because I think this is going to bring a very interesting playstyle. That's gonna probably still be win rateable, but definitely I feel like this is a anti-win rate ID. At least I feel like Rodion's is definitely anti-win rate. Maybe. I might be completely stupid, you can just win rate it. And that's not a bad thing, obviously. I like anti-win rate. It's gonna really. So with the ego, I should mention, with the ego, the normal Dawn of Hatred ID gets 100 times even stronger, which is good, right? Because obviously you're supposed to pair them together. But how is it without the ego? I still think it's fine. I guess the only question that I am curious about is if she gains the love and hate without the use of the ego. Right? Because that's what I'm curious about. Because the ego passive makes it that she gains charge when she consumes charge count. And the only thing I'm wondering about here is does she just not have? I'm pretty sure it's like Red Eyes Ryoshu, because Red Eyes Ryoshu cannot gain charge count or charge. She just has Red Eyes and Penitence. If this is the exact same like that, which I think is how it's worded, she is amazing without the ego as well. If this isn't like that, then I feel like you might definitely need the ego to help boost your ability to gain love and hate. But I still don't think that's a bad thing. I'm gonna go with my first assumption, which it does work exactly like Reap. Even though it doesn't say it. See, that's the part that gets me. It doesn't say it like Rodion. Rodion says she gains the deep tier. I'm going to be sitting here yapping about this for the next 30 minutes, right? Which, by the way, it's already been 30 minutes. Holy smokes. That's how long these ID reviews go on, unless this ID's review has gone on for. Yeah. Look, I could probably sit here for another 30. I think what I might do is I might discuss this more on stream. This is definitely a stream talk. So if you're seeing this video, I'm probably live at this current moment, right? Or I will be live in the hour or so. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I will be live. If not, you'll see the title. It'll have a Don Quixote holding a crayon. That's how you know it's the thumbnail. Saying, can I have, I saved this lunacy for you. So if you see that thumbnail and the Walpurgis ID, or Walpurgis thing, that's how you know it's me. And for that, we are going to end this review. Thank you for being here, and I hope you guys get your pulls. And, yeah, that's going to be it. See ya.